BOMISpirit. I hope you guys are doing amazing today. This is the weekly intuitive astrology reading for May 23rd to the 29th. I also have a kitty cat on my desk. He has taken up the entire space. I know you guys can't see him. If I would totally show you, but my tripod is literally on its last leg. It's like cracking under some weird force. I don't know. I don't know why my tripods just end up breaking all the time, but they do. Anyway, so the way that I work, for those of you who are new, I go over the astrology of the week, and then I go ahead and I do channeling, and I pull cards for you guys. Now, when I go over the astrology portion, when I'm writing my notes before I even record, I get channeled messages sometimes for the astrology portion. So I'm also going to go over that with you. So yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, and let's go ahead and get into it. So Mercury's playing a huge role for us this week. Mercury is retrograding, and it is officially back in Taurus after moving through Gemini. Mercury retrograding in Taurus is really going to call into question our plans, our logistics, our money, our finances, our own sense of foundations, and what we want and get joy from out of our lives. Now, as I was going over all of these aspects, I'm going to go over them with you. I know, you're so cute and adorable. He's like, pay attention to me. Okay, maybe I can just tilt it so you guys can see him a little bit. I can't really oh no, that was a terrible idea. That was a terrible idea. I should not have done that. I should not have done that. Just so you can see the cuteness of the Clydester. There he is. Oh my gosh. Oh no, did I officially break it? I knew I shouldn't have touched it. I think it's officially broken. Oh no, let me see what I can do here. No, no you can't. Oh no, it's officially broken. Yep. See how that just came off? Officially busted. Okay. Well, here's Mr. Clydester. How am I gonna do this? How am I going to do this? I could do the old school way where I just stacked my phone on top of books and desks. That's literally what I did when I first started. Crapola. Okay, I have an idea. Hold on. I'm resourceful. Clyde, you're gonna have to give me some space though. We're gonna use some decks. We're gonna use some decks to make this happen. Might as well take this part of the tripod off. Actually, that's not too bad. That's not too bad, right? Just given Clyde doesn't move anything. Anyway, so sorry for that. I couldn't help myself because I know some of you guys really love Clyde, and he hasn't really been present in the last year or so because I had a person living with me who was giving lots of attention. But anyway, so like I was saying, Mercury's playing a really big role this week for all of us. And with Mercury retrograde, this Mercury retrograde's been a little intense. It's been in Gemini, right? It's that's had a huge impact on our communication, our mental space, and combined with the full moon Scorpio eclipse, there was a lot of, how do I say this? There is a lot of pushback from the external to force us to go within. I'll say it that way. We've seen combative, chaotic energies, arguments, fights, a lot of triggers, a lot of boundary pushing, and that really just forced us to sit in our own shadow and sit in our own little inner worlds and to face some stuff about ourselves, right? And the energy is actually still present here with this Mercury retrograding, even though it's in Taurus now versus Gemini, especially because one of the aspects at play is Mercury square Saturn. This aspect gets stronger throughout the week and will also be present next week and under the new moon Gemini. And when Mercury retrograded into Gemini, I had said even then that the new moon Gemini is going to play a big role in how we reflect and learn from this Mercury retrograde period, and that still stands true. And this week is going to be a huge testament to that. That Mercury square Saturn causes more confusion. It causes more communication problems, negative thinking, and a lot of like pushing, I almost said pushing, pushing and pressure from the external and from people who are like, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. Like trying to get you to follow the rules or trying to get you to follow expectations that they have of you or that society has of you. Just take it, just keep it simple. Sorry, there's so many things I want to say. Just keep it simple. Take it easy, take it slow. You don't need to bow out to any shoulds or expectations of other people or society at this time. And if anything, if you try to, it might put you in circumstances that you really don't like or that are really unpleasant or that actually restrict you and work against you or could lead you to making you feel like you've made some mistakes. So be mindful of that. And if you have that like pressure from the external, just take it slow. And if you really need to give an answer to somebody, just be like, hey, can you give me some time? Do I need to do this now? Or just do like very simply, like, don't say a lot. Don't say a lot. Because there could be a lot of miscommunications going on at this time still. That's like, I did not knock my phone over. Hold on. All right. Now, moving forward, this is also where boundaries are going to continue to be tested because they were really tested on this full moon Scorpio anyway, right? They're going to continue to be tested with that square in Saturn. But Mercury is also sextile Neptune in Pisces and trine Pluto in Capricorn. These are really positive. Now, working with Neptune and Pluto in this capacity, there's going to be more emphasis on the spiritual part of you, on very deep, genuine, authentic conversations and relationships and people. So a lot of the pushback you're going to be getting are people who are not resonating on your frequency or people who are stuck in superficial stuff, stuck in expectations, who are not really coming from a deep place within themselves. And that's not a judgment. Like we all have our moments. We're all human. We're all having a human experience and we're all having our moments, right? But, oh, excuse me. This is a time where we could all really benefit from doing any kind of spiritual work, journeying, past life regressions, or we're having, again, these very deep, spiritually oriented, authentic relationships and conversations with people, okay? People who can handle those kinds of conversations. This is also a time for deep reflection. Mercury, when Mercury goes retrograde, it's a time to review and reflect anyway, right? It's already a time for that. But the fact that Mercury is also working with Neptune and Pisces, which is very introspective, and seeing through the veil, and Pluto also very deep and introspective, like touching on psychological states and also just karmic spiritual energies. This is a time to continue going deep, again, still under that full moon Scorpio influence as well. So continue going deep, continue having deep conversations with yourself, deep, real, honest, spiritual conversations with people, and people who resonate on that frequency can handle doing that. And try not to get too distracted or sucked into the superficial or into what people are telling you should do or what society tells you should do or what the government's telling you to do. Like, it's not a time for that. It's not a time for that. And the new moon Gemini is like right around the corner, right? New moon Gemini is on the 30th. And this week we're going up to the 29th, you know, of the aspects that I'm talking about. So this is going to perfectly lead into the new moon Gemini, where we start our new habits, our new cycles, our new, whatever new things that you want to have for yourself in relation to what we have been learning from the Mercury retrograde period, which also coincides with eclipse season that we've been going through. So you see what I'm saying, right? So allow this week to be a week of introspection, allow this week to be a week of exploration within yourself and within these really deep, authentic, spiritually oriented relationships. Even if you're just doing therapy, like that's also really good. This is a really good time to do therapy as well. Now, the other cool thing, we have Mars conjunct Jupiter, which will also tie into New Moon Gemini and be stronger next week. So this is an energy that's building up. When Mars is conjunct Jupiter, it usually is a time where we can go out there, we can start new things, we have a lot of momentum, we have a lot of vitality. Kitty cat. I'm sorry, I just love this cat so much. We have a lot of vitality. And also, excuse me, with Jupiter being on our side, Jupiter also brings luck. It brings a sense of fate and destiny. This can also allow you to start to meet even more spiritually oriented people, or people who resonate with you, with where you're at on your journey and where you're at in life. Keep in mind that the energies right now too can also create karmic situations. And what I mean by that is situations or windows of opportunity to close out karmic lessons in relationships, or even introduce some new ones. For those of you who are in that boat, just know that that's possible. That Mars and Jupiter energy, Mars is moving into Aries this week, so it's going to be more Aries oriented than Pisces oriented, because there was a point where Mars was conjunct Jupiter, but they were both in Pisces. That has now changed. Anyway, coming back to all this Aries energy, Aries is the leader. It is taking initiative sort of an energy. It's taking control of situations. It's the one, it's the self, it's the I, right? It's Emperor energy. So use that for that sense of vitality, that sense of taking initiative. But keep in mind, if you want to take initiative on something that's very much in like the physical realm of things, like the paperwork, governmental stuff, I would just let this energy build and wait. Wait until we're under the new moon Gemini to do so, because we're still in these very shadowy, friction-like energies where people want to push back on you, and people want to cross your boundaries, and people want to just rebel and be in your face and tell you what you should be doing and whatever. Okay, don't let that distract from your truth. Don't let that distract from what it is you want to do. And again, continue to reflect from this very deep sense of self and sense of awareness. There's more that wants to come up with this Aries energy. Hold on a second. Oh, okay. They're saying attraction. They're like whispering it to me. My guides are very funny. Mars and Aries conjunct Jupiter and Aries can really amp up attraction, sexual energies. Sexual doesn't always have to mean sex. It can mean creative energy. It could be about energy that you're putting into a project or something like that. It doesn't always have to do with relationships. But keep in mind, this is a time where you can really attract the right people. So thank you. This is what they're reminding me of. This is a time to be very deep within yourself and reflect and not take any serious action that requires paperwork and all that nonsense, but a time to attract the right people into your life that match you energetically, that are going where you want to go, that think like you think, and that can be very deep and authentic and spiritual. And those that are more superficial and more stuck in the old way of doing things and all about telling you what you should and shouldn't do, and also they're also saying what they can get from you, because we still have Pluto energy at play too. It's a time to really like keep pushing those people out and keep pulling away from those people, and a time to introduce, sorry, hold on, I thought they were giving me something else, because they're giving me the word matches. They're giving me literally the word matches. Allow people to come into your life that match you and your frequency and where you're going. Okay. So where this could be affecting you in your personal life. For this, you would want to look at your rising sign and see the corresponding houses for all the signs in your chart. Okay, I'm not talking personal planets right now. I'm talking about houses. Now, let's see. Definitely Taurus. Taurus 25 to 29 degrees. Because that is where Mercury is retrograding through. So wherever you have Taurus, 25 to 29 degrees, there is some review that's still happening. There is some reflecting that's still happening. And really it's going to be around definitely relationships, because there's so much relationship at play, but also about your own stability, your own financial situation, what you want to be solid and predictable in your life, what you want to be able to rely and depend on in your life, reviewing those things so you can make them stronger and build on them moving forward. 25 to 29 degrees Taurus. Let's see what else we have here. Wait. Oh, interesting. Okay, so Aquarius 25 to 29 degrees, that's where you're going to see a lot of pushback. That's where you're going to see the catalyst of the challenge. So for example, I always use my own chart as an example. I'm a Cancer rising like 1 degree. So for me, that falls into my 8th house. Like Aquarius 25 to 29 degrees, yeah, that's my 8th house. So I'm going to be seeing a lot of pushback from the external, mostly probably around like what's taboo and traditional. And y'all you all know what I do, right? So what I do is still technically not very traditional. So I'm probably going to be getting a lot of pushback about what I do from the external, from government, that sort of thing. And I need to not get distracted by that and not fall prey to getting sucked into fear, or just submitting to doing certain things in that context. Now, Neptune and Pluto are acting as very positive energies for this week, and Neptune is in Pisces, Pluto's in Capricorn. So Pisces and Capricorn, 25 to 29 degrees, is where you're going to see a lot of supportive relationships, supportive communication. You might even have a lot of clarity and revelation as far as your own deep introspective work show up in these houses for you. So for me, that's my 10th house, and that is it's bordering my 7th. It's actually bordering my 7th and my 8th. So I'm probably going to have, personally, I might have a lot of really supportive influence for work, for my own home situation, from my relationships, that sort of deal, because it's my 7th and 10th house. Now, for the Mars-Jupiter energy, again, that is like the big power boost that's coming in. I really want to encourage you to like hold on that energy, like let that energy build. And if you're getting to the point where you're getting kind of like antsy, because it's a very antsy energy if you're not using it, exercise, get out there, keep busy. There are ways to use this energy there are ways to embrace this energy and hold it at the same time. Because I really feel like the following week is when you're going to want to like use all that fire from like Mars and Jupiter. But that is Aries, I would say 0 to 5 degrees. 0 to 5 degrees Aries is where you're going to get this power boost. You're going to get motivated. You're going to have a lot of courage. You're going to have a lot of charisma, and you're going to be able to attract certain people to you, and you're going to be ready to start new things in this particular house. And that for me that's actually my 10th house. Ooh, I'm excited. Anyway, that's for me. But so just to give you examples here on how to utilize this energy. Okay. All right. So I want to get into some cards. I have to move a kitty cat. Also, I want to like almost stack this higher because I'm having to like bend over in this tiny little itty bitty space. What do I have? Hold on a second. I've got some stuff here. I've got some extra boosts. Hold on a second, guys. We're improvising. Hold on. Okay. Wow, this is flashing me back. I can't even like seriously, guys, when I first started YouTube, this is what I would do. I would literally stack my phone on like books and stuff. It's like very trippy. But we are in retrograde, so. All right, Clyde, I have to move you. I know. I'm sorry. I know. It is very comfortable. Oh my God, big boy, big boy, big boy. Thank you. Okay. Cards, let's do it. Sorry, I have to pause for a second. This is Botswana agate. Forgot I even had it on my desk. And it really called to me to show you guys. I'm just going to show it to you. Oh. Suddenly my throat is all like... Oh. Oh my. Botswana agate. Oh, it's a beautiful stone. It's really good for the third eye. Oh, excuse me. Ooh, I just feel like that, like, I don't know, just like something really cleared all of a sudden. Ooh. Oh boy. Do I have anything left? I do not. Uh-oh. They're showing me a fence. Yeah, these like, sorry, I know it sounds like it's an annoying thing. These like very pestery, naggy, annoying, attention grabbing. Thank you. That's the perfect word. Attention grabbing energies, people, media. Blah. That's all that Saturn energy. That's that Saturn square Mercury energy. I feel like it's very grabbing, attention grabbing. Again, this is something that we've been faced with since Mercury went retrograde and all through full moon Scorpio period. Like, do not let yourself get distracted by that. It's like, it's lower energy. It's just trying to distract you. It's trying to feed off. Some of you, it's like trying to feed off of you like energy vampires. It's like, look over here. That's literally how they're showing it to me, like a big fence of like yammering going on either side. It's like, just stay on your side of the fence. Just stay on your side of the fence. You don't have to appeal to those energies. You're on a different level. You're in a different playing field. You're in a whole other reality right now. For a lot of you who are watching, you're in a whole other reality right now, and I know you guys know it. I know you guys feel it. Yeah, just keep really holding your focus on allowing people who really resonate with you, your truth, and where you are to be around you and be a part of your space, be a part of your reality, be a part of your environment, because it's just helping you to stay in that energy and not get distracted by the yammering over here. With these individuals and environments that you're going to be in that are much more deep and, again, spiritually oriented, some of you are going to be doing a lot more, I call it spiritual work. I don't know the way to call it that, like using different modalities of healing or like past life regressions, journeying, Reiki, like that sort of stuff. So I mean, you're going to have an opportunity to do more of those things, maybe even conducting them yourself, but really let yourself be vulnerable there, because I can feel hesitancy. And you don't even have to say a lot. That's the other thing they're mentioning. You don't even have to say a lot with these like words, with these more spiritually oriented, deep, authentic people, because it's already known. There's telepathy going on. And they see you. It's already known. You don't have to say a lot. And you can be vulnerable and allow these energetic exchanges to happen, because it's not like those people, okay? Behind the fence. It's not like those people, all right? It's different. It's very different. Some of you are going to find in this period of time, and probably already have been finding under the full moon Scorpio, that that reaching surrender to a next level of vulnerability is a little challenging. Literally just telling yourself, like, because I find this is kind of helpful for some people, literally just telling yourself, I surrender, I let go, and just repeating that, even if it's just in your head, and really letting that sink into your body and on an energetic level, like, can really help facilitate that. Okay. Practice discernment with money. This is coming up. I feel so dry all of a sudden. Practice discernment with money. How you're making money, where it's coming from, and how you're spending it, why you're spending it a certain way, why you're saving money, why you're saving it a certain way, where your money's really going, because money is energy. It is. Money is energy. So just something to review, that to make sure that the way that money is coming into your life, staying in your life, leaving your life, resonates with where you're at energetically. It's like, for example, you know, if your money's coming from, can't even think of a good example. I'm like trying, I'm like, I can't think of a really good one. Like if you're in a situation where you're being supported by people who treat you like shit, right? Who treat you like shit, or just bad people, then that energy is like is fueling your dependency. It's fueling like a foundation for you. And maybe that's not where you want to be. Maybe that's not the energy you want to have in your life. You see what I'm saying? So to reevaluate these things, reevaluate these things. Reevaluate your inflow, outflow, and stay of money. Especially those of you who are hoarding money and not like investing in things. And when I say investing, I even mean just investing in yourself. Why you're doing that. Like, why is that a thing? Okay, let's get into some cards. Oh, excuse me. I need chapstick. I'm sorry. Hold on a second, guys. I need some chappy stick. Don't mind me. It's amazing how that feels. Okay. I'm going to start with the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. Any messages or insights for this upcoming week? They're giving me the number 27. So May 27th might be a big day. Looking at my notes. What's going on the 27th? That's the day before Venus moves into Taurus. Oh. Oh, excuse me. So Venus is going to go through the last critical degrees of Aries on the 27th. Under full in Scorpio, Venus was Chiron. Venus was conjunct Chiron in Aries, and I know we all felt that. Energy. Anytime a planet goes through that last degree, that 29th degree, the critical point, you know, some astrologists look at that as being very shadowy, a very shadowy representation of it, or a very extreme representation of it. Venus and Aries. Venus and Aries to me says fun. Venus and Aries to me says fun, wanting to take initiative, wanting to be really creative, and thank you. Oh, and appreciated. Interesting. And appreciated for that. And appreciated for that. Be mindful of wanting that appreciation. Because if it's shadowy or distorted or extreme, or what I've been calling a dense representation of the energy, that can be a little egoistic. That could be wanting accolades, rewards, and recognition from a little bit more of a from an egoistic place, like almost wanting your ego stroked a little bit, like wanting to be seen as number one. So be mindful, just be mindful of that. But they're highlighting 27 to me. Any other messages or insights? Nightingale. So not surprising, we have a throat chakra card. It's funny because remember I was holding up the Botswana agate and it was like like some clearing was happening here. Excuse me. Like I said, Nightingale is very much a throat chakra energy. It is about communication. It's about speaking your truth. It's about being heard. And I was picking up on that, where there's a need to be very honest. Right? Very honest right now. And especially like with the people behind the fence. My honest opinion, you don't have to take this as truth or as a this is what you should do, but my honest opinion with people behind the fence, it ain't worth it. All right? It ain't worth it. You could speak your truth all day and they're going to be like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Right? It's not worth it. But the individuals on your side of the fence, want to hear you, want to know you, want to see you, and physical expression of you. Because a lot of them who were there with you probably already see you, know you, feel you, hear you telepathically. But to do that in the physical is important because it's also reaffirming for yourself. You know what I mean? It's like, even if you know someone knows, actually putting breath to it, putting your voice to it, giving it life, solidifies it in your reality and makes it true. It solidifies the truth behind your truth. You understand what I'm saying? But again, not worth it. Just, it's not even real. It's not even part of your reality. Just keep it moving. Okay. Especially for those of you who have Aquarius in the 8th house like me, Aquarius light degrees in the 8th house like me. And it's more about like paperwork and governmental stuff, or, you know, what you're doing is not traditional or it's too taboo, like really just whatever. Whatever. When it comes to paperwork, sorry, this is coming in. When it comes to paperwork, it's funny because I have like some resistance even saying this, but it's like what my guides are telling me to say. Not all paperwork is necessary. Not all paperwork is truly like required and official. So something to sit on, something to marinate on. Like, how much of like paperwork and all that shit is really just an illusion to keep you stuck and keep you trapped and keep you feeling restricted, keep you to answering to other people or even entities and institutions. Not all paperwork is like so official that you need to be bound by it. So that's interesting that they're bringing that up. So anyway, moving forward. It can wait. I'll put it that way. It can always wait. If it ain't a good time for you to deal with paperwork, it can wait. Are there consequences? Depends on your perception. All right. Now, oh my God, that was so weird. Sorry. I held this up to say golden egg, and I swear to God, it said golden age. I swear that's what it said. I swear that's what it said. I was like, that's why I had to stop for a second. Golden egg is heart chakra energy. And this is speaking from the heart. This is existing from a very authentic core place of yourself. And like I said, doing this in the proper environments, the environments that resonate for you, the people that really resonate with you, and they are in the deep, oh, excuse me. Oh, the throat chakra energy. They're in the deep, authentic parts of themselves like you. It's safe to do so. You'll be seen, you'll be appreciated, you'll have that reciprocated. People on the other side of the fence, not so much. They're not even gonna like receive you. Okay, sorry, now they're making me back up. So this is something that my guides actually had me experience and go through a couple weeks ago. Now, and some of you know who've been with me for a long time, that I'll go through things before the collective does. And there's a reason for that. It's so I can talk about it. It's so I can like share with you in it. And also with anybody I work with, I can help support through that. It's usually like a heads up, this is coming sort of a thing. So this is something that I went through a couple weeks ago. And this is definitely part of the energy we're in now, astrologically speaking. With Neptune and Pisces and Pluto working with Mercury in these positive ways. Oh, God, excuse me. You can speak your truth all day. All day long. You could be this like, you know, this very open, excuse me, this very open individual, and you can shine your light all day. Not everybody will receive that. Even people who you think, right, will resonate with you on your same level might not receive that, but it doesn't mean to stop doing it. It also is just an indication to you, okay, they're on that side of the fence, and that's okay. I'm on this side of the fence. Okay, I see you. I get it. You're on that side of the fence. You can't totally see me. You can't totally like sit in my energy. You can't totally like actually communicate with me. And this is something that also, to explain it another way, is happening because people are in different dimensions and people literally are in different realities. And a lot of us can make the choice to step into another reality or another dimension for a hot minute and experience that and then come back. right? Whether it's a day, an hour, a year, whatever it is, and you can come back. But if someone cannot receive your truth, they disassociate, they change the topic, they get triggered, they get angry, they get distracted, whatever it is, they're just not in your reality. And that's okay. And that's okay. But if you can stay in this energy and be open like this and vulnerable like this, again, not even having to say a lot, but but with what you say, if it's coming from such a true and authentic, deep place, the people around you who resonate with you and who are in your dimension, in your reality, will receive you. You see what I'm saying? Okay, moving on. Any other messages or insights? I seriously thought it said golden age, I swear. Anyway, any other messages or insights for this week? You can't forget who you are. Sorry, this is like something that's coming up too. You can't forget who you are. And it's easy for that to happen when we allow ourselves to get distracted by the shit that's on the other side of the fence. Okay? Whether it's people, whether it's content and media, whether it's like eating certain foods, whatever it is, if it's not on your side of the fence, it's not on your side of the fence, and it's not going to make you feel good. It's not going to make you feel supported. It's going to actually move you further into like a separation of yourself, right? So stay on your side of the fence this week. Overall, we have rabbit, which is fear. That's fear. Interesting. And then fish. Ooh. Spider. Oh, I love it. With elk. Elk is like been the big card that's been coming up with this North Node Taurus energy. Okay. I see it. Thank you. It's exactly what I've been talking about. So rabbit, like I said, it's fear. It's fear energy. It's anxiety. It's like, it can be a little hypervigilant. Fish is about learning to go with the flow. It can speak of restlessness though. It can speak of restlessness and having trouble doing that. And I am picking up on that. Spider to me is a co-creative energy. It's a networking energy. It's pulling the pieces in. It's getting the right people. It's creating that network around elk. Elk is that high vibe energy. And I've been talking about this. This came up both for fire and water, the recent readings that I did. Elk is very regal. It's a committed follow through kind of King of Pentacles, Taurian energy. It's dependable. It takes care of you. It takes care of all things. It is, you can look at it as even like very healthy masculine principle. Ultimate parent, ultimate partner, ultimate leader, elder, that sort of energy. That's elk. Okay. That's elk. That is an energy that you want to be vulnerable with. That's an energy that you want to be able to sit in and just be open in your authentic truth with. And create a network with, co-create with. But this is that hesitancy, this is that fear of doing so. And I get it. It can be uncomfortable if you're new to that sort of energy, especially if you're starting to recognize, I'm on this side of the fence. Some of you are recognizing you were on this side of the fence and now you're here. And it can be a little uncomfortable, but the people who will accept you will have that elk will have that elk spider energy. And this is a week where they can come in. We have sextiles this week, particularly between Mercury and Neptune. And that is about how communication, which is not just communication between you and yourself. Communication involves the collective. It involves you and other people and another person. That is deep and that is spiritual and will create opportunities for clarity, opportunities for growth, especially with Mars conjunct Jupiter. Jupiter loves to see people grow. Jupiter loves to give gifts and expansion to people. And then with Mercury trine Pluto, it's really enhancing that very, very deep, deep spiritual, authentic energy within all of us, like giving us the capacity to come from that. It's Saturn square Mercury that's creating the loudness of people on the other fence, right? So be authentic, be honest. You don't even have to say a lot, but just be authentic and be honest and really come from the heart, really come from that deep sense of self. And do not get distracted by those things that you know and you can feel in your core that do not resonate for you. Like, if you're getting irritated, if you're getting exhausted, if you're not being heard, if people are getting super triggered by you, if people are pushing back on you, creating conflict, creating fights, things are not in flow anymore, there's something that's not resonating. There's something that's causing friction in the situation you're in, especially if it's between you and another person. That is like the big, big red flag. That's the big sign, right? It should be easy. It should have flow. Okay? All right, moving on, because I could talk forever. Oh, excuse me. Oh, what's calling to me? What's calling to me? What's calling to me? Actually, Runic Tarot is calling to me, which I'm not surprised, but I thought I would get an Oracle deck out first, but we're going to go with this one. Any messages or insights for this week? Don't forget this week that Mars and Venus both shift signs. Okay, this is something they just brought up to me. Mars is moving home into Aries, and Venus is moving home into Taurus. Mars and Venus are going home this week. It's an interesting way to say that, right? Mars and Venus are going home this week. Sorry, there's like, oh, I just got all tingly. A very warm, fuzzy feeling just came over me. That feeling of home, which is what? It's comfortable, right? It's a sense of comfort. It's a sense of I'm safe. I can relax. This is my home. This is my jam. This is my vibe. These are my people. This is my environment. That feeling of home is going to be very present for us if we just nurture that feeling of home and what facilitates that. And anything, especially people that do not, that take you out of that feeling of home, just don't listen to it. It doesn't need to be part of your reality. It's a choice. It really is a choice. Like, you can choose to make these things part of your reality, or these people part of your reality, or not. All right? Any messages? Ooh, thank y'all. Six of Swords. Look at that. Are we going home this week? It really strongly feels that way. Like, I know full moon Scorpio was really hard. I know for a lot of people. I know it was very draining for a lot of people. I know Mercury retrograde was also kind of hard on people. Making us sit in really old energies, shadows that we haven't touched on in a long time, or we're like, holy shit, that was just sitting there this whole time, right? And it was dense. It made us really sit in a lot of density. But we moved through that. And that actually facilitates a deeper sense of comfort. The deeper we go into like those shadowy, dense energies and work through that, the deeper within ourselves we can sit, the deeper within spirit we can sit, and also the deeper in safety and comfort and love and home we can sit in, right? And look at that. That's finding peace of mind. That's peace of mind. It's comfort. It's moving on to the next. It's a good day. It's a good energy. It's a good energy. Sorry, I'm kind of excited for the new moon Gemini. I had to stop. Like I said, because of the Mercury retrograding energy, right? And what it's been showing us, what it's been highlighting to us about our own belief systems and how we communicate with each other, what we've tolerated as far as communication between each other, and what we don't have to tolerate anymore. It's given us so much more clarity on, how do I say this? On how to have the reality we want. Like, how to really sit in it, how to really attain it, and also how to be more cordial with people. Not everybody's learning that lesson, but it's the opportunity to learn that has been there with this Mercury retrograde period. And now moving into new moon Gemini, it's a time to get ready to close out the retrograde period for Mercury, and just move forward with our lessons and our clarity, and especially what the eclipse season has shown us, right? What the eclipse season has shown us about what we want, what we value, what's important, and as far as our deep shadows, what has held us back, right? That very dense part of it. And through all of that, we can be accountable moving forward to just be happy and to be responsible in how we're creating the reality we want to sit in, and being very true and authentic at the same time. I feel like people are gonna be very vocal. I feel like there's gonna be so much more expression going on for people this year and just moving forward. Ooh. Yep. 7 of Swords. There's an Ace of Swords at play there between the 6 and the 7, because it's truth, right? It's truth. It's clarity. It's having this new understanding and sight of anything on that side of the fence that's out of my lane. I don't need to give any energy, anything to that. I am not responsible. I'm not accountable for that. It's not my obligation. I'm only accountable to myself, right? And anybody who is on my side of the fence. It's moving past a lot of illusions that we have been taught about those things. And programming as well. So moving on. Any other messages or insights for this week? Nine of Wands. We don't have to suffer, all right? Sorry, this is like suffering is just like the biggest thing that was coming through here. Suffering, the illusion of suffering, the illusion of struggle. Again, that is fed from the other side of the fence. La 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 la. It's an illusion. It's an illusion you don't have to partake in or get stuck in. You can just move away from it. Again, I'm not just talking about people. I'm also talking about like things we see in the media, things we're told of how society needs to be, how you need to be, government, the shoulds and expectations. Let's see. Page of Wands. I love it. Look, oh, he's very like, he's very excitable. Look at that. He's like, he's gung-ho. He's ready. He's so freaking ready. He looks like he's almost ready for battle in some way. There's also a sense of defiance that I'm getting with this too, that I really like. This definitely feels like the Mars-Jupiter energy. I really feel that super strongly with this Page of Wands. Page of Wands is getting ready for the new adventure. It's having a new sense of passion, a new sense of excitement, motivation, plans, even good news. Like it's ready for the fire. It's ready to get up and go. Like that's the Page of Wands energy. It's the first spark of the idea. It goes hand in hand with Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is a spark. This is all of the ideas and notions that come with the spark. And then the Knight of Wands is ready to put that into action. So that's how you could look at this Page of Wands energy. Yeah, I really feel this almost like banishment almost of this energy, of the other side of the fence, of just being like, no more. I refuse. I refuse, I refuse, I refuse. Here is my truth. I'm not going to be afraid of it anymore. I'm not, a shame is starting to come up too. I'm not going to have any shame about that. I'm getting that off the rabbit as well. Some of you are reclaiming parts of yourselves that were compromised by shame. Excuse me. That were compromised by shame. You're just letting it out. Not even aggressively, but this to me is definitely I see my light, I see my truth, and I am like banishing everything on the other side of the fence in my reality. Like I'm not gonna even let it tempt me. I'm not gonna be pulled in by it, and I'm gonna have my peace of mind. It's really nice. On the bottom, beautiful. Temperance. Couldn't have asked for a better card. This is balance, this is peace, this is harmony, reconciliation. And when I say reconciliation, it's reconciling your truth, right? That's what I mean by that. Sometimes I look at this as divine intervention when the Temperance card comes out, kind of like a guardian angel is at play here. There's some sense of divine timing and divinity at play. Underneath that, excuse me, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is focus, it's work, it's diligence. It's diligence. Diligence in work. To be on your side of the fence. Look at the juxtaposition of the cards too. Look at that. You have the sun and the light in both of these, and this is just like gray, dark and mucky, and you can't even really see much of what's like going on in these cards because it's an illusion. Oh, excuse me. Because it's an illusion. What you want. Hold on a second. What is this? What you want. What you want. What you want. What you want and what you want to move towards. What you want to create. You're going to be more vocal about it. You're going to be more honest and more vulnerable about it. I'm almost getting this like, almost like this little kid vibe. And I'm getting up the rabbit of kind of like maybe speaking softly, like muttering your words a little bit, like a lack of confidence. Thank you. That's what it is. I'm getting a little bit of a lack of confidence that needs to be worked through. It will be. They corrected me. That will be worked through. That will be worked through. And as you're walking around in your reality and you're being very honest and expressive about who you are and what you want and what you're creating and what you're putting your energy and focus towards, you're going to have these people come into you, gravitate towards, come into your reality, gravitate towards you and be there. And be there. Underneath that, we do have the Knight of Cups. Wow, beautiful. With the Page of Pentacles. Oh, I love it. With the Fool. Sorry, too many cards. I'm getting excited, that's all. Now we have the Knight of Cups with the Page of Pentacles and the Fool. That's coming in with an open heart. You have your ideas, you have your motivation, you have your plan, and you're ready to just go for it because you're coming from that deep sense of self. And you're not listening to the other side of the fence anymore. You're not going to let that distract you. That pushback will be there. All that pushback that we were experiencing under the full moon Scorpio, which we still are, it's like, it's still very present, but you're moving into deeper parts of yourself in a more comfortable way after working through some of your own shadow with this. You're putting away the fear, the anxiety, and the shame about emulating and owning and expressing what it is you really want and who you really are. You might have had circumstances where in recent past, since the full moon Scorpio, where it's like there was a lot of resistance or a lot of rejection or lack of acceptance, like that sort of stuff. But you're realizing it's like, oh, you're just not on my side of the fence. And it's not a judgment, just is what it is. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's go ahead and pull some advice. I'm kind of in need of a new advice deck, or maybe a different one. We'll go with the Gaia Oracle. Any advice? Any advice for the week? Am I taking those? This one. Okay. Ganesha. Yes, I love it. Clearing away obstacles, protection, and guidance. This is, hey, the way has been made open. It has been paved. That fear, that anxiety, that shame, it's gone. It's dissipating. If you allow it to dissipate by just unveiling the illusion. Like the suffering, all of that, the rejection that you've been experiencing from people, the pushback you've been experiencing from people, the harshness, the things that make you feel crappy about yourself, the things that make you feel shameful, the things that fuel you with fear, media, content, certain food, certain environments, people, certain habits, lifestyle choices, all of that, it's literally not on your side of the fence. It's not in your reality. The more you look at that stuff, feed that stuff, you step out of your current reality. You step out of the dimension that you're actually in, and you don't have to. You don't have to. Let's see if any other ones want to come out here. It's like, oh yeah, that's right. I can just stay on my side of the fence and just have fun and have peace of mind and harmony and balance. And there will be people who see me and respect me and accept me. Sorry, I have to stop. There's something really beautiful about this energy too. I'm getting the word prize. It's like owning this energy, it is kind of like giving a gift. It's giving a gift to people. It's the gift of you. It's the gift of your gifts. It's the gift of your light and what sits within you. And you don't have to feed it to those energies anymore. You can feed it to people who feel it, who see it, who appreciate it, who get it, and can reciprocate that. It's a gift. You're giving a gift. You're giving a gift to others, and you're giving a gift to yourself by staying on your side of the fence. And you don't have to feel ashamed by it anymore. You don't have to feel fear about doing that anymore. And some of you, like the full moon Scorpio, was just all about dealing with your own like shame and fear of rejection. Yeah, on the bottom we have attachment. Letting go, restriction, and fear. That's what you're letting go of. It's exactly what I was saying. It's like you're getting rid of the fear and the shame that's kept you from being this, right? Am I going to read these? Yes, I am. They said, please read. Okay. All right. Actually, I'm going to read attachment first, since that's what we are getting rid of. That's what we're moving away from. You believe that you're in a situation that you cannot free yourself from, afraid to let go and walk away because of a deep sense of duty, commitment, or guilt. Perhaps you feel that you'll hurt or disappoint someone if you let go. Whatever the reason, you feel you have no choice but to stay where you are. The emotional attachment is great, and the fear is overwhelming. The fact that you have picked this card today is no coincidence. The message is clear. You're being encouraged to face your fears. Do not listen to that fearful voice any longer. Beyond the fear is a space of love and light, which is guiding you and urging you to break free. Trust, initially there will be some upheaval, but eventually all will turn out well for all concerned. You owe it to yourself and others. You deserve to feel light and free. Summon the power of love within you and ask it to guide you and give you the strength to do what you know is right. What you know is right. Stand on your side of the fence. All right. Ganesha, one of the most worshipped deities in the Hindu pantheon, has shown up in your reading today as an omen of good fortune. Whatever has thwarted your progress or prevented you from moving forward will soon be resolved. An obstacle is cleared and you're free to move on. Your plans are now able to come to fruition. Now that everything now that everything happens for a reason, the blockages you have faced were in fact a blessing in disguise, an act of divine intervention. Timing and circumstances were previously not favorable, and your efforts would have only ended in disappointment and failure. The path is now clear, and the timing is right. Your stars are in alignment. Okay? All right, guys. This was a very long weekly reading. I just, all the little shenanigans in the beginning. So sorry about that. Anyway, I love you guys. Take care. Have a great night. And don't forget to check out Vimeo and Patreon and the website. And again, we are open for the Sedona retreat, the Sedona Lionsgate retreat. And I am excited to see you guys there. And take care and have a good week.